Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be working again with the Pepperball TCP, and we're going to be changing out the barrel, going back to the long barrel and revisit some of the shooting that we did recently. This is an eBay barrel that you probably are not going to be able to get anytime soon. These were on sale. They were abundant about a year ago, and I bought this for a very cheap price, and I'm not in no way is this video going to be an endorsement of this eBay barrel. It is just simply an option that I chose last year for fun to test, and it is something that works really well in the FSC or the TCP. But the reality is there are US made products that you can probably get a little easier. It used to be that you could get them from Lapco, but Lapco's also really had a lot of issues with COVID, and for the last 2 years they're sort of in and out, and they go for long periods of being unavailable as well. So as of right now, if you're looking for a long barrel and you want to upgrade your TCP, I recommend something like Grimburg. The Grimburg barrel, 8-inch barrel, bore match to the JULv2s, and they're consistently making the barrels. They very rarely have lags where they're not available. They have generated the barrels completely in-house, and they avoid having to be affected by supply chain issues from China. And so, you know, if you want one and you want a reliable one and you want one that will absolutely be bore matched and give you the best performance, absolutely go with the Grimburg barrel. So I'm going to be using this eBay barrel because that's what I have, and I in no way expect that this is better than a Grimburg barrel. All I can say is because I have bore matched my projectiles to the barrel, I get very good performance with this, and it works. So that's just something that would require additional testing in the future with a Grimburg barrel if I wanted to compare them, but I don't see that as an interesting question actually. So today I'm going to be switching out my barrel, and what I'll do is get my screw kit here. I maintain a little kit for my TCP and my VKS, and these little kits basically have some extra springs and some of my stock supplies that I maybe have swapped out, and I still have them all together in case I ever need to go back to them, which doesn't seem very likely. So the Grimburg barrel, of course, when you do take it out, it requires you to use a screw, and just like I did in the previous video, I'm going to start loosening it with a good grip on the barrel so it doesn't go flying. You'll see it pop here in a minute. There it goes. The barrel comes out. And as I was starting to tighten the screw, I realized that the Grimburg barrel comes with a longer screw. You can see here, this is the screw that goes in and goes right here to hold the barrel in place. And that's the one that is under a lot of pressure, and in that particular system holding the barrel. The stock screw is very short, and it basically is not for the Grimburg barrel. So I take it and I'm going to put it back in so it doesn't protrude into the inner space and interfere with the barrel. So now I got that back in, and for this barrel, to insert it, it's just simply like your stock TCP barrel, except it has two settings. It goes in, get it in the groove, go back, and twist. And then just to check, because it has two settings, you have to look inside and just make sure that it's correct. And let's see if we can see here. You can see that that is not correct. That's the wrong setting. You don't see the detents, you don't see the breach. That's what you would use if this was a T 4.1. So then I just take it and rotate it to the other section, and then now you can see it's oriented property, and you can see my two detents in there. my one white one and my one black one. I haven't changed that off. So now we got it set, we got the barrel in, and it's locked in, and these are rock solid with this type of connection. And we're gonna go and we're gonna shoot some shots in Chrono. Let's see what we get. Before we go shoot, I want to show you, these are JULv2s that I have separated out that are bore matched the best for the larger, slightly larger bore barrel here. So these are bore matched as best that I can do it. And these are the ones that I use that are JULv2. I have a bunch of JULv1s as well. In fact, I have more JULv1s because they have more variation in the sizes, but the JULv2s are a little more consistent, but you can still find some that are more optimal for this particular barrel. So we'll load these JULv2s. All right, first shot coming up. I've got a little target up there this time, so not quite as boring. If you can see the artwork, I've got a guy ready to shoot. That's 379. $329. $306. $291. I hope you can see that. $278. $262. $236. I lost count of how many I've shot so far. $214. I think that must be all of them. So let me go check. Yeah, that was all of them. So not bad shooting, considering that I was not, holding a chrono and shooting, and I was not actually aiming for a particular area. But once I got the first shot, I tried to cluster them as best I could. So you can see how my trap works if you want to get a behind the scenes here. One of the good things about having this is you can not only see where the shots go, but they will ricochet back and then fall down. So, and you can see it, they really punch hard. That's hitting pretty hard. Occasionally a ball will fall out, but majority of them I would find are going to be inside the box. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I imagine 1 or 2 are hiding under here. So the trap works really well, and pretty good power. Okay, let's do one more. One thing I did realize was last time in my previous video I did not use the bore matched JULv2s. I used the regular JULv2s. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that I had that more drop off later on, but these are the truly bore matched ones that I showed you earlier, and I did not get a drop off the first time. So let's do it again one more time just to see what we get. Good click. All right, and I'll see how good I can do with accuracy. Let's go for the head this time. It's 369. $329. 302. 283. 275. Starting to drop now. 254. 226. Maybe one more. Let's see. 204. And I think that's it. Okay, let's take another look. Two different clusters. The first cluster was my first shots. This time I decided to go for the head. I got good shots there as well. Most of my balls are down here, bouncing around and falling in my trap area. All in all, I think a pretty good test. I think the one thing that I did learn was if you use the JULv2s that are bore matched like this time, there certainly wasn't any leak last time that I know of. Like I mentioned in my comments, the order in which I shot last time was because of having to remove the screw. I did it with these first, and then I changed the barrel back to the Grimburg barrel, and then I shot with the Grimburg barrel last, and it shot fine. There was no leaks or any air issues. And again, I'm right next to my furnace. These are really bore matched well. JULv2s, they work really well, and I can't complain. You know, this is good. You know, I don't overhype the idea of accuracy in these. I think if you're talking about firearms and you're looking to make a lethal shot and you want to get it in this cluster and you want to hit a vital organ, yes, you want this tight cluster. But the way I think of it is each one of these is delivering pain. Whether you hit here, right here, right here. They all delivering pain. Maybe it hurts more in some areas versus others, but at the end of the day, you just want to hit your target. You don't want to miss. And I think these kind of clusters are more than sufficient. So just to be thorough, I put in 20 of the JULv2s and weighed them, and I'm showing you here the grams. It's showing 160 grams for 20 JULv2s. So that's right at exactly 8 grams each. I measured them all in total because my scale, if you just put one, it's not going to be sufficient. We'll come back here and wrap it up with a little graph, just like I did last time. I'm showing you the shots from last time where I got 44 joules, and I'm showing you the shots from this time where first shot was above 50 joules. The drop off this time was just as severe as last time, and but then all three of them had a very similar slope the rest of the way. So I still don't know the answer for why after shot 5 I lost all my air last time, but this time the numbers are very similar to last time. I got a really good result. I think last time, because I was doing the experiment with the Grimburg barrel and the stock barrel and I was using JULv2s, when I went to do this test, I used those same JULv2s. I didn't use bore matched for this barrel. So that was the only real difference from last time, from the eBay, from the blue to the other two, was that these were truly bore matched. And so I think what you can see from that, if you can make any conclusion, is that that does have an increase in power, and it gave a pretty similar result across the board. So I would say that these last two shots, last two magazines, were better than the one last time, all things considered. And so the other point I want to make is that these are the first shot with this setup, because this is still my optimized setup that I use when I run the 5-inch Grimburg barrel. It is optimized for that barrel. So that first shot is basically a Hail Mary. Shot 2 is going to always be a lot lower, and then it's going to go down steadily. But you can optimize this if you want to get, I believe, 30 joules across all 8 shots within the magazine. I think that's very feasible. That's what I would recommend. So in this particular case, do as I say, not as I do. This is just more for example purposes, and it does show you the upward potential of what you can get on that first shot. If you want that first shot to be your really definitive first power shot, you can run it like this, and it actually still pretty feasible. You're getting up to 20 joules even near your final shots. So there you go. I hope that was helpful and you learned something from this. If you want to learn more about bore matching, see my previous video on bore matching. That'll teach you everything step by step, exactly what I did. It's not rocket science. This is very easy, but it does make a difference. And so everybody take care out there, and see you next time.